we dive into the hidden forces that 005 shape human behavior. Let me ask you, 007 something. Have you ever wondered what 010 it really takes to captivate a woman's 012 attention in a world full of 013 distractions? It's not always about 016 looks, money, or status, even though 018 society loves to tell us that. No, it's 022 deeper than that. It's about how you, 024, make her feel. In fact, most men have number 0 to 8 clue just how powerful their words can 030 be. They think they can impress a woman 032 with surface-level compliments or grand 034 gestures. But here's the truth. The 037 right words spoken at the right time can 040 leave a lasting impression and set you 042 apart from every other guy she's ever 044 met. But what are those right words? 047 today, I'm revealing 8 powerful 049 compliments that go beyond the typical 051 shallow flattery. These compliments, 054, aren't about pretending to be someone 055 you're not. They're rooted in 057 psychology, connection, and real 059 emotional impact. These aren't the launoidos, hey you're beautiful, or I like 104 your dress kinda lines. No, this is 107, about tapping into something deeper. 109, something that will make her feel truly 110 seen, respected, and drawn to you. But 114, here's the brutal truth. If all you're 116 doing is throwing out weak, generic 118 compliments, you're just another 119 forgettable face in her DMIs. But if you 122 can master these 8 compliments, 124 you'll stand out. You'll leave a lasting 1 to 7 mark on her mind. So, if you're ready to 130, take your attraction game to the next 132 level, and use the power of psychological 130 for influence to your advantage. Let's dive 136 in. Before we get started, hit that 140 subscribe button if you're ready to 140 to transform. How you connect with people 144 using the principles of Stoicism and 146 human psychology. Every video brings you 149 one step closer to mastering the art of 151 attraction and influence. Compliment for 154 1. That fragrance you're wearing is 156 addictive. It smells amazing. Let's 159 start with one of the most underrated 201 yet most powerful compliments you can to 03 give. A compliment on her fragrance. Why 207 does this work? Well, scent is one of 210 the most primal yet overlooked triggers to 12 in human attraction. Think about it. How 216 many times have you caught a whiff of a 218 certain scent and been instantly 220 transported to a memory, a place, or 223 even a person? That's because scent is 226 directly tied to the brain's LIACT27 system, the part responsible for 229 emotions and memories. When you 231 compliment a woman on her fragrance, 233 you're not just saying, you smell 235 good. You're telling her that her scent 237 lingers in your mind even after she's 240 gone. That's an intoxicating thought. 243, but here's where most men missed the mark. 2:46. They throw out generic compliments like 248 you look nice, or that dress is 251 pretty. And while those may seem 254 flattering, they're easily forgettable. 257 on the other hand. When you notice the 259 subtle details like the fragrance she's 302 wearing, you're showing that you're 303 paying attention to what makes her 305 unique, and that's incredibly powerful. 309 now. This is where Stoicism comes into 311 play. A Stoic man knows the power of 314 self-control. He doesn't speak just for 317 validation. Every word he says is 320 calculated, deliberate. And I'm pecked Phil. 3:23. So when you say that fragrance you're 325 wearing is addictive, you say it with 3 to 7 confidence, quiet, grounded confidence. 330 you don't overdo it. You don't force the 333 compliment. You say it like you mean it. 3:35. And when you do, watch how her body 337 language shifts. Her eyes will light up. 340 her smile will change. She remember 342 that compliment not just in the moment. 345, but every time she wears that perfume. 347 again. That's the power of psychological 350 attraction. 352. Compliment number 2. Your smile could 355 brighten up an entire room. 3:58. Let's single quotes dive into another powerful 4 o'clock compliment that most men overlook, her 402 smile. But I'm not talking about just 405 any smile. I'm talking about the kind of 407 smile that changes the entire energy of 410 room. The one that can light up a 412 space without her saying a word. This 415 compliment goes beyond just 417, acknowledging her physical beauty. For 19, you're recognizing something far deeper. For 21, her energy. Think about it. There are 424 people you meet who instantly make you for 26 feel at ease. They walk into a room, and for 29, the atmosphere just lightens. You find for 31 yourself, smiling without even knowing for 33 why. That's not just a smile. It's an IV37 energy, a vibe that resonates with 439 everyone around them. And when you 442 recognize that in a woman, you're 444 telling her that her presence matters. 446, but here's the catch. Most men never for 49 notice this. They get caught up in 452 shallow compliments about her physical 453 features. But they miss the deeper 456 layer. Her smile is a reflection of her 459 inner world, her openness, her ability 502 to bring positivity into any space. By 505 telling her your smile could brighten up 508 an entire room. You're acknowledging her 510 power to influence the atmosphere. To 513 make people feel at ease just by being 515 herself. Now, in the world of Stoicism, 519 this is about awareness. Awareness of 521 not only your own energy, but also of 520 for the energy others bring into your space. 526 a Stoic man doesn't seek validation. He 529 speaks straightforwardly with 531 intentionality. So when you give this 534 compliment, you're not just admiring her 537 smile, you're recognizing her ability to 539 shift the energy around her, and that's 5 for 2 powerful. 543 compliment. So 3. I love how real 546 you are. You don't try to fit in. You're 548, just you. Let's get real for a moment. 5:52 in today's world. Authenticity is rare. 5:55 with single quotes. We're constantly bombarded with filtered 557 versions of people on social media, fake 559 personas everywhere, and the pressure to 601 fit in. But when you meet someone who's 604 unapologetically themselves, someone who's 606 isn't afraid to be real in a world of 608 masks, that's powerful. When you tell a 612 woman, I love how real you are. You 614 don't try to fit in, you're just you. 617 you're recognizing a strength that most 619 people shy away from. Authenticity. 6:22 it's single quotes as easy to conform, to put on a mask. 625 and be who society wants you to be. But 628 someone who dares to show up as their 629 true self. 6:31 that's someone who doesn't just stand. 633 out. They command respect. In a world 636 full of shallow compliments about looks. 6:39 when you tell her, I love how real you 641 are, you're doing something rare. 644 you're complimenting who she is on the 646 inside, not just what she looks like on 648, the outside. And let's be honest, 651 realness is intimidating. It's hard to 65 for show up as your authentic self when the 656 world is constantly pushing you to be 658 something you're not. But when you 700 notice and appreciate her authenticity, 702 you're telling her that you see her for 704 who she truly is, and that hits 706 differently. This isn't a compliment, 708, about her beauty. This is about respect, 710, for the person she is beneath all the 712 layers. And this is where Stoicism and 715 authenticity tie together. A Stoic man, 718, doesn't bend to societal expectations. 7:20 he lives in alignment with his true 722 self, no pretensions. And when you 725 compliment a woman for being authentic, 727 you're showing that you admire the 729 strength it takes to be real in a world 731 full of fakes. That's the kind of woman 734 who doesn't just try to impress others. 736 she impresses you with her truth. 7:40 compliment number 4. 742 I love the way you see the world. It's 745 so unique and it really makes me think. 7:48 now. Let's talk about something rare, and 751, incredibly powerful. A woman's 754 perspective. In a world full of people 756 who just go through the motions, stuck 759 in their own little bubbles, there are 801 those who see beyond the surface, who 803 challenge the status quo and look at the 806 world through a unique lens. And when 808 you notice that, when you acknowledge 810 how refreshing and thoughtful her 812 perspective is, you've just tapped into 815 something powerful. When you say, I 817 love the way you see the world, it's so 819 unique, and it really makes me think. 822 you're telling her that you value her 8 to 3 mind, not just her appearance. You're 826 telling her that her thoughts have 8 to 8 weight, that the way she interprets the 830 world isn't just interesting, it's 830 to something that makes you think deeper. 8:35 This compliment goes far beyond the 836 usual superficial praises. While most 839 men are busy complimenting a woman's 841 body or face, you're focusing on what's 844 inside: her intellect, her critical 846 thinking, her ability to see things from 848 a different angle. And that's something 850 rare. People don't often appreciate 853 someone for how they think. But when you 855 do, you're setting yourself apart from 857, the crowd. But here's the truth. Most 9 o'clock people are afraid to think for 901 themselves. They surround themselves 903 with like-minded people, opinions, and 906 experiences, because it's easier. By 909, when you encounter someone who doesn't, 911, just float along with the tide. Someone 913 who questions the obvious and sees the 915 world from a fresh perspective. You 917 can't help but be drawn to that energy. 9:20. So, when you tell her, I love the way 922 you see the world, you're not just 924 complimenting her ability to think. 926, you're telling her that her ideas 927 matter, and that's incredibly powerful. 930, and this is where Stoicism comes in. A 933 Stoic man understands the importance of 935 independent thought. He doesn't follow 938 the crowd or just repeat what others 940 say. He sees life clearly, and he admires 943 that same clarity in others. So when you 946 notice her unique perspective and 948 compliment her for it, you're aligning 950 yourself with a deeper philosophy. 952 that values wisdom and thoughtful. 954 engagement with the world. 9:57 compliment number 5. I love your 10 o'clock energy. It's